What's up, everybody? We are live yet again with another episode of Two Men and a Lady. But I have to ask you this, Katie. Are you a transgender woman? Because people are putting that in the comments.
Actually, no, I'm a 100% woman. All natural breasts, natural ass, natural everything. I mean, some people just probably ask that because I have very predominant cheekbones.
You
My
snap.
face my face is snatched. And
Yeah.
actually, I take that as a compliment because there's some bad transgenders out here. So shout out to the transgenders. But yes,
Yes.
I am 100% woman. But thanks for the inquiries.
Okay, Conscious, how you doing? Welcome back.
Thank you. I'm wonderful. I'm kind of tore up because I got like tattooed all on my neck and it's rough.
Oh,
And I got like artwork all over here and it's rough. So I'm
good.
put up today.
I want to say this though, with you, Conscious, you came from another panel and it broke up and it fell apart. It looked like a lot of panels are just breaking up. So I always wanted to ask you, why did you leave? Because you were a good add-on to the gentleman's panel. You were great on there. So what really
Oh,
happened? What happened over there?
Well, it was a great cast of guys. The only poor addition was the actual conductor himself. Uh, he's remedial, he's slow as hell, he's dumb, he's a hypocrite. And so, of course, it was bound to fall apart, just like the first version of the panel fell apart. So it was a inevitable disintegration of something that could have been good, but, everything happens for a reason. And I just couldn't play the church fakery anymore. I held on for my good friend, captivating Christian, but I couldn't take it anymore. So a real asshole had to do what a real asshole had to do, which is haul ass, pack up all his shit, and hit it, bitch. Okay? I'm here.
Because what I have to look at it, the leader, I just felt as though over there he don't like to listen. He had a great panel. And one of the mistakes he made was you allow Armand to come over there and steal your idea, duplicate it, and really not do it better. That's one mistake he made. And number two, he didn't really listen to you, Conscious. You are a producer. You have great ideas. And this is the mess with Brother Jay when he tried to throw digs at Dr. Reed. Now, at one point, he loved Dr. Reed. Then he flip-flopped on Dr. Reed. And I don't think that's appropriate because this is the thing. If I have you on my show and I know that this is a controversial subject, I'm going to talk to A Conscious, where your headspace, where your headspace on this. And I'm not going to blindside you and just throw shade at somebody that I like and represent, that I'm a team of. That's disrespectful. Like, talk to me offline before you go on, well, I can't believe I see the stuff that's going on and this other stuff. It don't make sense because of the shoes on the foot. He'll kick you out the panel if you throw somebody that he loved under the bus and come on, well, I believe. He'll throw you off the panel. So I didn't like that. I didn't. I just
Well, here's the thing about that, Wiley. That was one of the things that kind of drew me to the cross with it, is because the whole time he was speculating and alleging that these things could be true, he also still desired Dr. Larry to be a guest member on the panel. And so I couldn't understand how you wanted both of those things at the same time. You want the clout chase off of him and adore and admire him in private, while completely attempting to aid and abet and sabotaging his reputation publicly. And so when I saw the full manifestation of the fuckery and the fakery, that's when I really realized that everything that I had been warned about before joining the panel was really true about the conductor. So I had to get off of the little caboose that could not.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely the panel did not last because the rest of the people followed suit and they said, hey, I'm going to end it. And I just said,
like, when Beyonce leaves the thing, all the other faithful members has to get information too.
Yeah, so they had to do it.
Not the same.
Just came on with me, baby.
Okay. And I had called Constance. I was like, I want you to be on Two Man and a Lady because you have an awesome opinion. At first when you came on, I was like, when you gonna be on this Queen Supreme Court? And we was throwing shade. And from that, it developed a friendship. It was real cool because you were telling me like, get out of the beef sector, do celebrity news, and at that
Okay, so
time,
you know what, Wiley? You know, me and you always had love for each other. But I met you at a time where you wasn't deodorizing your underwear, you wasn't putting no Axe body spray on, you was just all raggedy in your living. So I had to give you a pass a little bit. So we got through the things, and now we got a love story again, and I love it.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We want to say thank you all for joining us. We want to get into these topics. And the first topic that I want to get into is Gary Owens. If you all do not know how he looked, I do have a picture of him, the comedian. And you already know, if you all do not know, he is divorcing. His wife is have filed for divorce from Gary. So y'all know how he did. He pretty much married a black woman, and he had put this all on social media. He built his whole comedy around his family. But his wife recently came out and said this, that he is not living up to those principles, that he's not being a good provider, that he had posted a picture of a shirt, and she said pretty much wear a new shirt and put on that deadbeat because you're not there, you're not providing for the family. So she really dragged him, and then he tried to come out and promote an event, and they were dragging him in the comments like, the day that your wife is dragging you, now you trying to promote an event. So Kay, you're a woman. How do you feel in this whole situation?
I feel like this. First of all, she should kind of keep her business to herself a bit. I think she kind of jumped the gun with going to the internet with her business first. And then another thing, whenever it comes to anyone, whether it's a man or a woman dating outside of their race, I think it's crazy when you prop up that person that you're married to because they're, non-black or they're a different race. When you prop them up and push them up over your people, pretty soon you're gonna have to eat that. And that's what she's going through right now. I don't know if you guys remember, but do you remember when Gary Owens was going back and forth with it was a black man he was going back and forth with, and he brought his wife in the room and sit her down on the couch just so he wouldn't be the one to say the N word. He had his wife sit down on that couch and she was saying the N word for him. For her to do something like that, when I seen that, I was just disgusted by that because I'm like, basically, it's like you selling your people out doing something like this. It's disgusting, and I just think a lot of the stuff that she going through is some karma for her. You propping up this man over your black brothers. Okay, she not married to a black man or whatever, but you propping him up over your own people, trying to make yourself feel good because you got the great white hope. And now look what he doing. You saying that he haven't seen his children. I think his children are teenagers. And I'm pretty sure they have cell phones. If they want to reach out to their daddy, they can pick up their phone and call their daddy. I think she's blowing it out of proportion.
I want to say this though. Him being the wife, I'm speaking her shoes. This is one thing I don't agree with husbands. If you're gonna cheat, divorce the wife, then go ahead and do what you got to do. But cheating and just being disrespectful, and then turn around, you are the breadwinner. To turn around and try to cut the family off, that's wrong. That's not right. And what make it wrong, really, that I didn't like, that you live up this persona that you this husband. I'm married to a black woman and this, and you cheated and up there screwing strippers, screwing groupies. You know what I'm saying? I've heard stories that anytime he do a comedy show, he finds these people, these thoughts or whomever, and he screw them, knowing that you're married to this beautiful black woman. Now, this beautiful black woman, she had made a fool of herself because this white man pretty much embarrassed her and embarrassed her again. Now she's speaking out, and they telling her to be quiet. No, continue to speak out. You know what I'm saying? Continue to put it out there. But I would like for her to do an interview on Two Man and a Lady. I would like her to do
Oh,
and spill the tea because I don't just like you on social media on Instagram. No, baby, sit on down. Let's all travel to where you at. Let's get some cameras, some lights, and let's baby, let's talk about pour your heart out. We'll raise you a cash out. We'll get a GoFundMe. We'll put some in the,
yes.
so you can pay your bills and your mortgage and stuff. But let's tell it all because obviously, I think probably he gave her STI before. It's a lot that she ain't telling. Allegedly.
Oh,
I really tell you, like she probably dealt with a lot that she's not saying. Even Claudia Jordan, it was alleged that he hooked up with one of her friends. That Claudia hooked one of her friends up with Gary Owens, and that Gary Owens' wife, dragged her about that. So it's like a whole mess. And I hope this wife get justice and get a coin from them. But I'm telling you, she went through a whole lot. And I don't just think Gary Owens like women. I think he like men as well. That's just my humble opinion.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
When y'all sue Wiley, send them cease and desist to him, baby. Don't send that to my email, baby.
Send that cease and desist. I'm gonna blow my nose with it, okay? And I had to, because the thing when we go to court, I'm gonna say, Your Honor, I'm a black man and I stand for my black woman. He needs to be a provider for his family. Yeah, bring me to court. My lawyers will answer. Let me go on Lexington Law. Do I still got my Lexington Law?
Bring him to court. Him to court.
Okay.
Him to court. I think that this is a very unfortunate situation. I really feel sorry for this woman because she kind of represents women collectively. She was in a marriage for 21 years. She gave up her career to nurture the family, to have a active parent while her husband went and brought the bacon back home to mama. And oftentimes, because she's got a lot of heat right now for leaving her job. So a lot of the conversations are around where, women should never make that level of sacrifice. I feel like this. If you're with a high value man, a wealthy man, a man who has a promising career, has coin, etc. First of all, let's establish this if we're being 100. You should expect, unfortunately, to be cheated on. We already live in a male-dominated, patriarchal, capitalistic society where men feel entitled to everything. Most high-valued men, the Kevin Samuels of the world and the type of men that he's grooming, are men who look at the world, including women, as completely disposable. So when high-valued men, slap a high-valued ring on your finger, they look at you as a trophy piece and as their personal Barbie, as a property. Okay, this is your dog tag. It's the wedding ring when it comes to high-valued men. This is why oftentimes powerful men are oftentimes caught up in scandal, in cheating scandal, whether they're politicians, whether they're hip-hop stars, whether they're presidents. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Remember the infamous Clinton. See, the head of the Oval Office in this country was receiving much head in the Oval Office, okay? So I think that women should know what they're getting themselves into, okay? If you're going to go for a successful man, more than likely you're going to be objectified. But Kenya, is that his wife's name? Is Kenya?
I don't know his wife's name. I don't. Let me see. Let me hold on.
It's Kenya.
I think her name's Kenya.
I'm looking at it right now. It's Kenya.
Okay.
It's Kenya. Okay.
I don't care about this woman airing their business out. She only aired their business out because she couldn't reach him. This man left his family behind. You have obligations. This woman was with you for 21 years. Just like Angela Bassett and Waiting to Exhale, you built your comedy skits. You built your career off of your dynamics with your wife. Give her just dues. If she's mad as hell, she got every goddamn reason to put it in a book, to make a film out of it, to blast your ass on social media because your white ass ultimately, okay, defiled your marriage. You disposed of your covenant. So whatever Miss Kenya is feeling, get that paperwork together, give her just dues, give her alimony, her child support, and let her go on by her life. If Gary didn't want the smoke, like you said, Wiley, he should have divorced his wife first, let her go, and then went on by his life. Instead, He put her in a position to be mad as hell. And when you piss somebody off, you can't tell them how goddamn angry to be. So it is what the hell it is as far as I'm concerned.
And my thing is like this: I want to see her be angry, bust some windows or show up to a comedy show. Do it,
set the house on fire, like go on a high speed chase, like girl, nigga.
Bring them kids to that comedy show and be like, listen, I don't mean no harm. Why y'all paying? He ain't put me in a provider, do a show. And what gets me with this, unfortunately, the women suffer because it's her credit that she had the better credit than him. Okay, can't tell the black woman got better credit than the white man. Okay, and he not willing to pay the bills, and it's gonna pretty much mess up her credit. And another thing too that this black sister have to understand is he kind of degraded her to uplift his career. He kind of used her as a stepping stone and it's like, I'm going to just step on you, do you so wrong. And it's so many black men in power, not even just black men in power, period, have used women to become powerful and they cheat on them. And then the women got to be left to pick up the pieces. And they look like, oh, just get over it. You just mad. You just sad. You bitter. And it's not that. Her heart is broken. And it's so many women that can relate to a man that is a cheater, that they got to go on social media and look at them and see all this stuff and know that you are no good. That got to be painful. This is why I love to be single. And I'm going to just take my time to make sure if I ever marry somebody that, that I don't cheat, because that's, I just come out like, baby, I just want to lead a relationship or have an open relationship. Be like Monique said.
Yeah. Yes. And it's a bad feeling when a woman left feeling used. That's a bad feeling, especially, the fact that he didn't really pop in the white sector of the comedian, as far as being a comedian in the white sector, he really didn't pop. So, him having a black wife and coming over to the black sector of the comedy, they accepted him more. So at the end, I'm pretty sure she does feel used. And during the whole situation, she kind of knew she was being used, but she reaped the benefits from it. But right. I can see what you're saying as far as feeling a little bit of sympathy for her. But both of them, I think, she got a lot out of it. She spent a lot of money and stuff like that. Okay. But and I can understand her being hurt.
And I want to switch gears right here because we got to talk about another couple. Child, these couples breaking them better. Erica Mena and Safaree. That's another couple that is calling it quits. But now the tea is Erica want full custody of the children, and Safaree said, no, I want joint custody and you can have the house. So and it's some other tea I heard for some people that they got money problems, that the money is low, and Erica Mena wants somebody else that got a bag, that the money ain't that hot. So that they have the money problems, and they said a little birdie told me that Safaree is cheating. And I can't confirm that. They say he cheated on her and that the money is low. Okay, that little break-in, I heard somebody just DM me. They some of that little break-in, it was just an insurance scam to get some insurance money. So I don't know how true that is. I'm just saying, but I will tell you this, Erica. You knew what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand that. I don't think you're gonna divorce Safaree. I just think you want some more money. And once the money come up, then you will stay with him. But the money is low. So what Safaree needs to do is, baby, get a regular job. You got a big pain like that. Get you a regular job. You know what I'm saying? If you can't make it in this entertainment business, if your music ain't picking up like that, just go out and work at FedEx or something, or work at Chick-fil-A. Do what you got to do, or go get you an RN degree or something. But what really gets me with this couple, one day, we divorced, and the next day, we together. I love him. That's my baby. So what do y'all have to say about this couple?
You want to go, Conscious, or you want me to go?
You go.
Okay. When it comes to Erica and Safaree, they pretty much like degraded each other. They used to do a lot of raunchy things. They got like OnlyFans together, I believe.
They do for $20.
They did.
For $20 a month. I subscribe for a month.
Are you serious? That's how they were charging.
I mean, it was like it was like $25 at one point. I don't know what the price is now. I'm talking about when they first started.
So what they doing? Okay. Are they actually having like sex? They like doing it.
Well, when at first it was Safaree showing his pin, and he was and all that. It wasn't really a them really have action.
Mhm.
That's why I unsubscribed, because if I'm gonna subscribe to your OnlyFans, I want to see you get chained
I'm
up,
with you.
choked up, flipped up. I don't want to just see your pin, because I can look at my own pin and oil it up and be like, okay, and be
Period.
happy. I don't want to just I want to see action. I want to see some.
Mhm.
I want to see some bumping. I want to see some loot. I want to see you get screwed in the
Yes.
car, in the pool, in the jacuzzi. So once I
Yes.
see all that, I unsubscribe. I'm like, this ain't this boring.
Give me my money back.
Okay.
But
Period.
give me my money back. When it comes to them two, they exploited each other. And like you said, Wiley, the money running low. And you know what they used to say, no money, no honey. Once the money gone in relationships like that, and y'all can't, you're not profiting probably enough off of OnlyFans to make the kind of living that you guys are used to. I heard Love and Hip Hop, they starting back up. Or I mean,
But they
they,
don't
you
pay
know
you,
what it is.
lady. 11 Hip Hop may pay you $500 an episode, $1,000 episode. That's not enough for this
That's not
$1 million
enough.
lifestyle that Safaree and Erica Mena is trying to live up to. Like, girl, like y'all, this is why I tell these celebrities, and I'm telling y'all, if y'all watching, I'm speaking to you, my babies, if you out there in the bushes, stop living this lifestyle and your bank account can't keep up with the bills. If you have to be in a one bedroom, if you have to be in a little condo, then do that. Or if you have to be in a little studio, do that. But don't be getting all these big mansions if you know your income cannot keep up with the bills. Go ahead, Con,
That's true.
with your blue hair,
Uh, it's actually turquoise. Thank
with
you.
your turquoise hair.
I love it.
I want to piggyback off of what you both basically just said. Like, I just feel like, for one, I think living glamorously is overhyped. That's not what I would choose to do with money. Okay, I feel like a lot of these celebrities would be able to maintain their winnings and maintain their coin if they would live not modestly, but live like you got some damn sense. You don't need 3 layers, 2 goddamn pools, 6 cars, 4 doom buggies in the yard, and a damn basketball court on the damn roof. You just don't need it, okay? It's plenty of decent neighborhoods that are like, what I don't understand is the over the topness, but I'm probably biased because my appearance is over the top. Some people want their lifestyles to be over the top, but I'm not going broke maintaining being cute. So that be the issue. And so I think with a lot of these folk, stop buying into capitalism. Stop letting the American dream leave you broke, divorced, and a single goddamn parent, okay? Chasing the bullshit. And it's really a shame because I covered their relationship in one of my personal commentaries. Safaree was cheating on Erica while they were still engaged. He actually had went back to his first love. That was a big old thing that played out on social media. We thought the marriage wasn't going to fucking happen. I'm surprised they lasted this goddamn long. And I actually believe that Erica really loves Safaree, but Safaree is the type of man that I was talking about in the last topic about Gary. He's a part of the high value crew. He has hyper visibility. He's a multimillionaire. And of course, he looks at the world as disposable because he has the world in the palm of his hand. And Erica Mena is a woman who buys into capitalism by using her sex appeal and her body and her sensuality to get what she wants. And this ultimately is the end result when it comes to very plastic, superficial couples. They intend to love each other, but their priorities are very material based. And so you never actually get to the damn love, okay? So I think it's unfortunate. I hope that Erica and Safaree is able to make things work. Even if they have to separate, I hope that they can be great parents together, because one of Erica's complaints in the marriage is that she's felt like a single parent. And I hope that Safaree doesn't play into that as a black man. We have too much of that shit going on. And speaking of that, before I end, I want to say about the Gary situation. It's funny that we're talking about Gary and Safaree, because I want black women to understand white men will leave your ass a baby mama too. Okay, so stop this over romanticism of marrying these white men, because that's, you can see from Gary, honey. He can leave your ass high and fly too. Okay.
I'm telling you, you better know it. And what's the other lady from Australia, the rapper that came out and she was with what's her name? She had dated this black guy and he made her into another baby mama. So whatever it is, you could be white and you can wind up being a baby mama. So again, you have to look at that person's character and don't be just looking at their peen. Yeah, Iggy Azalea, her man. I think her baby daddy, they're like he's on the other side too. I'm just saying. You gotta understand. You gotta understand it, and this is the thing that really gets me with Erica Mena. And I heard, and this broke my heart, y'all, because they in this mansion, living this wealthy lifestyle, and her credit score was 500 and some odd points because MC Shaky leaked her credit report on his Instagram, and her credit score was lower than my credit score, and I was hurt. I'm like, how in the world y'all living this lifestyle that y'all bosses in this, and your credit score in the 500s?
Who, Iggy?
Not Iggy. I'm sorry, Erica Mena credit score was in the 500s.
Wow.
She said he leaked her credit score. So I really pray and I hope that, you know, that they can work out an agreement and don't tell social media everything. And if you do, come on to Man and the Lady. Because if you want to talk, come on our show and give us, you know what I'm saying, because you get the clicks and views instead of just going on Instagram, making a little post, do an interview. And that's something that I would love to see for Erica, so for we could get the realty of what Safaree is. And the thing about it is, I never forget when Nicki Minaj said that Safaree beat her or he was abusive. I remember she alleged that. I could be wrong. I remember she said
it was in reverse.
It was reversed that Nicki abused him. So obviously,
really,
yeah, it was something on that magnitude. So it was toxic, is what I'm trying to say. And so anytime somebody have a toxic relationship, make sure they heal from that before you let them put that pin in your puss. I'm just you. If it's toxic, let me make sure you heal from that, because I don't want to have no toxic energy. And a lot of times people just jump on things because you're attractive, you got a six-pack, you got tattoos. Baby, it's more than a man.
Okay. Are you going to say it at me?
Huh?
Are you going to say it at me?
No, I'm just no. I don't have a six-pack.
I fit that profile.
Okay, a six-pack, tattoos, and a pink. It's more than that for a man. You know, I want to make sure that your heart is right, because you can make me have multiple orgasms, but are you going to protect my heart?
Okay, but here's the question, Wiley. Y'all always say this like kumbaya lullaby shit, like, oh my heart, let me see the heart. Okay, so can you tell us how do you discern someone's heart? How? Like, what's the actual process of what that looks like?
Well, for me is number one, not cheating. That's number one, because that's a major thing to really hurt something, right? And if you having issues, if you know you're not satisfying me, communicate that with your spouse or with your partner. That's the problem. We reach outside instead of just saying, you know what, Katie, sex is whack. I want to leave. I don't want to do this no more. Be real instead of just stringing her along, pretending like everything is all right, and then you for years and years and years, then you want to go out and just do you got me all these babies, and then you know what I'm saying? Like, let me know that it ain't right,
and not embarrassing a person. I mean, I think that's a big thing when it comes to your character. Your character is connected to your heart. You know, how you act is a reflection of how you are on the inside. Like you out here making certain types of moves. Everyone know you're with me. Everyone know we're married. We're in this relationship, and you're making certain moves out here where everyone see you, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's similar to when Offset got caught up in the scandal with those girls at that bar, and allegedly Cardi had somebody, jump on him allegedly. That's embarrassing, because now you in court catching charges over a man that you're married to with these. It's embarrassing. I just say, a man don't need to embarrass me.
and who still got his dick in other puss.
Yes, yes. You're never gonna block if a peen want to go inside of another person. You can never block that. It ain't nothing you can do unless them two people decide they don't want to mess around. You can't never stop nobody from jumping in the bed together. It ain't nothing you can do. You can beat them up. The same night he'll be over there cuddling up with her and putting a patch on her black eye that you gave to her.
You know what?
Eat her out, make her body.
It's okay, baby.
Okay.
Can I add one little thing to that?
Yeah.
There's an ugly truth about men. The truth about men is that men really do be loving the woman they're committed to. The issue with men is that men love from their heart, but they fuck from their dicks. And so oftentimes men can be in two places at once. When men be telling women, when the woman finds out that there's another woman and he says, baby, she don't mean nothing to me, that nigga is for real. Because I know men who can't even remember the name of the bitch they just fucked behind the dumpster of Burger King last night. Okay? Wasn't even concerned about whether she got home or not. Left her in her throw up. Okay? When men say that woman, she don't mean shit to me, baby, that nigga for real. She don't mean shit to him. I wish women did know how much the other woman don't be meaning a damn thing. That woman is just a click and a view for his dick on the side. That's not an excuse for men to cheat, but men really are compartmentalized.
But women cheat as well. Women out there that cheat as well. When I was watching what was that? Best Man, and how she cheated all with the best man, but her husband was, her boyfriend was cheating on her. So what she did was let me see the best friend. Women are more sneakier. And she was just as innocent. He didn't even know that his wife, his fiance at the time, was cheated till he read the book. And sometimes you would never find out with women because they're more sneakier. They more, y'all know how to do it, Katie. Y'all know how to do it. Even though men are more, we tell on ourselves, but women, baby, they can spend a whole 50 years, have a whole side piece, and you
That's true.
Look,
I remember getting caught one time, and that's it.
You cheat on me, I understand, and I hope you understand me stabbing the shit out of your ass as well.
Oh my God,
we'll call it even.
Don't go to jail, conscious. Don't go to jail.
My bail money on deck.
Not gonna happen. I want to speak about this one topic with Kevin Samuels. Y'all know who he is. Let me pull his picture up. You all don't know who he is. He is one of the hottest YouTubers out here, really out here breaking the stories and all of this. So he was on Vlad TV, and pretty much what he said on there, let me make sure I get a quote of what he said. I want to get y'all thoughts on this to the panel. But he was on Vlad TV, and he pretty much said he was like, people don't tell women the truth these days the way men are told. We have no problem telling average man you ain't crap, but if I agree that a woman is average, I'm Satan. And you know what, Kevin Samuel? I agree, because women can come on here, that man ain't nothing, he a dog, he trash and all that, and all. But let me say, well, you're average. You're not that, you know what I'm saying? You're not up to par. You're not a high maintenance person, or you low class. You a heifer or a hussy. That's an old southern. Oh, he's saying he don't like black women. Cancel his ass. He don't like, but y'all can really dog a man out and do a whole round and just spray me out. But as soon as I be critical on women, he don't like black women. I could be your mama. What about your mama and all that? But go ahead. What do you have to say about this, Katie? Because I know you talked about Kevin Samuels on your platform before.
Oh yes. Now, when it comes to this situation here, I have to agree with Kevin. I cannot believe I'm saying this. Oh my God.
Neither.
I have to agree with him though, because I think throughout society, a lot of people were never just honest with women until they got a voice. Basically, I started hearing about like men really speaking their truth about how they feel about women on YouTube. That's when I first started hearing it. Besides like watching Married with Children, I mean, Al Bundy was the original red pill man. I know you probably remember Married with Children.
Yes.
He was the one that said, when my wife come up and ask me, does this dress make me look fat? I say, no, it's the fat that makes you look fat, So not too many not too many men are honest with women. Like for real, for real. Like I remember being in the salon before and I heard this man say he noticed, that his wife had a little like mustache or whatever. But he said he would never ever say nothing to her about it. If it get out of control, she'll end up going to get it waxed and stuff. But he said he would never, ever, ever mention his wife's facial hair to her, even though it's something that he noticed, even though it's something that he probably didn't like. He wouldn't mention it to her because, he'll probably get slapped upside the head. What you talking about my facial hair for? You don't say that about a woman. Or, if a woman asks you to guess her age, she could look old as crap. You're going to say, girl, you look like you 28. She probably looked like she 58. So a lot of people are not just honest when it comes to women. And now men have a voice and they're saying, hey, that woman that's walking around that thinks she a 9, baby, you only maybe a 4 or 5 at best. Just like in that video that ended up going viral, the girl, she actually said, without her hair and her makeup and stuff, she said, I'm a 5. So basically, he was just agreeing with her. But yes, I just think most of the time, if a lot of these women are, if more people are honest with them, they can be in a position to improve themselves. Because you cannot improve yourself if you have a false sense of reality. If I'm walking around feeling like.
Can I say this though? If you could criticize me and say I ain't shit, I'm a dog, I should be able to give you that same energy and talk about your flaws, and you should not get upset. See, the thing about it is women have historically been critical of men, particularly black men. Let's speak on the black men. So now we are opening up the door for that black man to use that same voice to use that energy and say, okay, let me be critical of some women, of some things that they need to work on. And we should not call the Kevin Samuels, Satan for that, because he's no different than Iyanla. So I just want to put that out there. But Conscious, what do you have to say about that?
Well, as Jay Farm says, in that particular clip of the woman who said she was average, what a lot of people, because this came up in another panel I was on, the Kevin situation, and she wanted a high value man. And what I don't understand about people's criticisms toward Kevin Samuels is that people don't like his criticisms, but his criticism is honest about the superficiality that most people are living their lives from. Most people have a priority of being beautiful, of living a glamorous life, of being very well kept, and blah, 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 while our inner self and our integrity and who we are and our sense of identity and our personal convictions are something that takes second or third priority in our lives. And so if people don't like Kevin, then you also have to address the materiality that most people in the world live from altogether, because that's ultimately what he's telling men and women how to navigate. You want to be an empty materialistic bitch? Well, there's rules of engagement. Here are the fucking rules. Don't blame me. I'm just a goddamn messenger. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't like the goddamn system you're participating in, which is a superficial one. Secondly, I do understand from a sociology perspective why women are more upset or feel more sensitive about critiques about them. And it's really because of the power dynamic. Women know that they live in a patriarch. That power is disproportionately centered and given to men. Women always bear the burden of how to figure out how to appeal to men, while men get to sit back with the luxury of only being able to choose their pick of the litter, while women have to focus and be burdened by being chosen. And so women are sensitive to critiques because women are being over critiqued in a patriarchal system. And so, yes, every little thing breaks a woman apart because women collectively are already under so much of a microscope. They're already under all of these taboos, whether they're centered around religion, whether they're centered around the way we socialize women, etc. And so there's a sensitivity and almost a trauma to be a woman in the Western world, trying to live up to all of this. And so every little critique, yes, it becomes inflamed. It becomes kind of an overreaction. It's not really an overreaction. It's that women are being too brutalized and victimized by a system that they can't seem to figure out or have a sense of wholeness within. And women don't know how to, women don't know that that's the case, because women have practiced being dragged along by patriarchy. And so being dragged along is their new normal. And so they don't know how to ask for the freedom. They don't know what their trigger is at its root. And so I think that men have to let go and really give women an opportunity to exhale. And there's nothing wrong with men saying, you know what, if you want to be big, if you want to be bald-headed, if you want to have a little mustache, maybe it's me who need to make the motherfucking adjustment as a man. Maybe I need to figure out how I can better serve you. After all, you are going to be the living thing responsible for the entirety of my lineage coming through your fucking body. So maybe I should get on my knees and praise your God and your goddessness and find a way to value in a way that's really of true substance, instead of, once again, all of the superficializing shit that we're doing to one another. But the only difference between the power that women have in the society and that men have in the society is that men have the systemic power to actually reinforce their power and their pressure on women, while women do not have that same God-given power to reinforce their authority over men. And that's why oftentimes what women want falls on deaf ears, because men have the power to deny women, while women are forced to deal with men not listening and being complicit and compliant with what they want in this God-given system.
All right, give me 1 second, Katie. Do you have any headphones? Because it was like a little sound coming from your mic. Do you have like headphones to plug in?
Hold on just a minute.
Okay.
Let me get
I
up.
want to add on to this. It's women that have power as well. Okay. And what I want to say is women groups, we got feminist groups. And what I'm saying is, if you can dish it out about a man, about being critical of a man, that man should have the same power to say, baby, if you want to attract men with money, you got to, change up your style. You got to get out of the projects. You got to get out of this stuff. If you're in a project, if you're in the hood, you may not run into a millionaire other than a drug dealer. That's nothing wrong with saying that. A man should have the power to give their opinion the same way a woman should have the power to be critical of a man or give a suggestion of a man. And when I look at Kevin Samuels, some of the things I do agree with. Now, today, if I reach $50 million and we get $50 million, I will instantly attract a different group of women that I never would have even came in contact in a grocery store with. Why? Because I have money now. So you get your access to different type of women or men is totally different now. You can get women that you would have never in your dreams that you never thought you would attract, because now you got money. But if you in the hood, you may not get that guy that you see on television, because you in the hood, unless y'all both go to college, y'all get a degree and y'all become successful, then y'all may have a successful familyhood. But when I'm trying to tell you, when Kevin Simon would say, oh, you're 5, I don't see an issue with that, because we all judge people. You were like, oh, he's sexy, oh, I don't like him, he don't look all that. We judge people on a daily. So what's the problem when a man judge a woman? I don't see an issue with that.
Wiley, I'm gonna try to make this personal for you. Because you got to remember, the context is power. Now, say for instance, if you grew up right, and you grew up around other kids who had an issue with their eye, but they teach you about your eye, that probably wouldn't have impacted you much, because they have a situation. Right. But if the status quo, if those who are considered normal, which outrank those who have an issue with their eye, criticized you, bullied you, you would feel that because you don't have the power to make them insecure, but they hold the social power to make you insecure. And so it's the same dynamic with women within this patriarchal system. While women can critique men and say, I don't want a man who don't have his hair. I don't want a man who got a thin hairline. I don't want a man who got 6 inches or less. I don't want a man who don't look good in sweatpants season. However, those critiques don't hit men the same way that the critiques around what men want in women hit women. And women are so sincere in this pressure from men that they literally go under the knife and literally shape themselves in the image of what they believe men fucking want, because men right now only have the social power to reinforce their desire or their criticism of women. So yeah, women can say it, but me and you know as men, even as same gender loving men, that it don't mean shit when women critique men, that it has no real power. Men are just looking. Men know they have the power. They yield that power over women, and they look for women to be completely.
What I'm trying to say is, I hear you, and you're right. But women have power too. They criticize men as well.
When you say women have power, so when you say women have power, what power?
They have power. Women have a lot of power now, okay? Yeah. It's a lot of women that, even speaking about black women, make a lot of more money than black men. It's more educated black women out here than it is black men. Let's just be.
That doesn't necessarily give women power, because
they still have power with that. They're using their power. I don't think that if it was about 50-something years ago, then I can kind of understand it. But women are changing. They are using their power. They are saying, listen, I don't need no man. And if I do get a man, he got to be rich. I don't want no broke man because I make 6 figures. I got 3 master's degrees. I got my PhD. It's women that out there, they exist. They out there and they be critical. I don't want no, I want a man that got, what I'm saying, got a big peen. I don't want no man with no small peen. You know what I'm saying? Live with his mama. Y'all know how the women do exist. I'm going to say that, the women do exist. But Kate, what do you got to say? I'm just...
Okay, can you hear me good?
I can hear you good now, yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah, you're right about that, Wiley. We have expectations too. And, women do have power. It's women that have stopped wars. It's women that have started wars, back in the ancient days. But we do have power. I just think like how this new age is moving, I don't know if we're angling our power in the right way. And like Conscious just said, men do hold the higher power. So I see what you're saying with that situation, because like he said, it's a lot of women, it's a lot of women not hitting the gym, but it's a lot of women going under the knife, getting these BBLs. It's a lot of women out here getting boob jobs. So we can look good for men. And I worked in a barbershop for 2 years around nothing but men. I was the only woman in that barbershop. I worked there for a good year and a half or whatever. But I sit there and, they had that regular conversation just because I was there. They weren't going to stop talking how they talk. But, I heard them say, I want an all-natural woman, and I want a woman that looks this particular way and that particular way. But once that woman come out, that got the big rear end, and she got this, and she got the hair down to her butt. Those the women they looking at. So sometimes I can say this: us women get really irritated because sometimes we feel like we don't know what you want. Do you want us to be natural? Do you want us to take the weave out our hair? Do you want us to take off the lashes and the makeup? Let's say if all of us black women today did, if we took all the weave out our hair, sorry about that. If we took all the weave out our hair, if we hit the gym 5 days a week, if we focus on not wearing makeup, getting our skin together, and we had natural hair and natural, nice, in shape bodies, and we walked around and we cooperated with you and we listened to you, will you be faithful to us? Or will you crave that woman, like 50 Cent said, the woman that looked like she stepped off a boat? Will you still crave that woman? Or do you really want a natural woman?
I
So
think most
I
men
think a
do.
big
I think most men want a natural woman. I don't think a lot of guys out here don't like the plastic like that. I just think that is like a social media thing that people do to get a lot
Mhm.
of likes. But in reality, a lot of men don't want women that with the plastic surgeries and the fake butts. A lot of men don't want that. I talk to plenty of men. I'm like, that ain't when they take them clothes off, it look kind of droopy. Like I like it. I like it natural. I like you regular thick. Me personally, I don't like all that plastic because it feel different. Like it just. And then also I look at K Michelle, and honestly, she was pressured by it by I guess her label. I don't know who pressured her, or I guess she wanted to keep up with Nicki Minaj. She got really sick. So what I want to tell you is, it's some men out here that will get surgeries as well. They want to lose weight. You look at Jason Lee,
Mhm.
he got surgery, and now, I mean, you want to just pray for the brother right now because it looked like
Ooh,
he lost
he
too
looked
much weight.
disgusting.
You
He
know what
looked
I'm saying?
disgusting.
So what made you do that? Was what made you feel like that I need to change my entire body? Because men do it as well. It don't really get talked about because they don't really put men on the pedestal with that. They need to, because a lot of men that get surgeries and get alterations. They get things to they ping, pump it up, or whatever, try to do all that type of stuff. Or what I heard, child. But what I would tell you is I like the natural look. I like the natural look. It is what it is for me. I like it. I don't like it, I'm about to get real kind of a little nasty.
I'll go ahead.
I don't like to do all the trimming and the shaving. I like the hair. I like when women have the
Really?
natural bush. I like the hair. I love the how it tastes. I just love just go. It's like a forest. I like that natural. I don't like when you just shave it all off. And I don't like to just shave all my hair off. Like, I don't like that. It making me feel weird. I just don't like it. I like the hair. I like the bush. That's just, what I
In the
like.
summertime.
Some people don't like that. It's just about your preference, I guess.
Riley, you just nasty.
No, I just like
Oh,
the hair. What is it that being nasty? It's natural. You think
in
your
the
ancestors
You
would
summertime.
come off
you
the
would
bush?
you
Come
would
on.
probably suck the crumbs out of that hair,
Come
get
on.
the syrup off that hair. You
What's
would
the
probably do all
problem?
type of nasty things to the hair,
I
honey.
like the hair. I really
That hair
do.
gets
Go
sweaty. It
ahead,
gets
I
then.
sweaty,
like it.
Wiley.
I like the sweat, okay? I'm not gross. I like it. Y'all sit on here. So if a man got hair down there, you're not gonna smash. You go like, oh no, you gotta shave the hair first.
It depends on how much hair it is. But I
You know
don't
what I'm
mind the
saying?
hair. I don't mind it. But if it's like getting to the point where I'm feeling like I'm choking on the hair, I'm like a cat.
Now, if it's like inches, like what's the name, hair on his head, like constant hair on his head, like that, that's a problem if it's like really like that. But if it's just the hair on that nice little, I don't see the, I really don't see the issue with it. And I was talking with somebody about Kevin Samuels. I really think that he will be on daytime television.
I
I
can
think
see that.
you will see Kevin Sam either a nighttime show or a
Mhm.
daytime show on cable network television. I definitely can see him doing that. Either they're going to do like, what do they call it, where they tape a show and you don't know if they're going to come out. I think they're probably have it in development, but you
Mhm.
will see Kevin Samuels on some type of mainstream level
I'm
because
gonna tell you on mainstream,
I can
you're
see
gonna
it.
see a mainstream clip on CNN from a mob of black women who done found his ass in the store and done beat the hell out of his ass, and CNN and Fox News reporting on the
a
goddamn
pilot, right?
assault that happened.
If
That's
you
what
really think so, but most of them black women, they be calling in why they want to. That would be crazy if they beat them up when they call into the show. They
They
ask the
call
man
in.
what's in. They ask him, baby, how what's your thoughts? And they ask him for his opinion. So if you coming to a man for opinion, don't get mad when a man give you when you coming to me. So you can't be upset when somebody gives you something that you don't like. And when you're not giving them what they want to hear, then it's an issue. As long as you're panel like, baby, I don't care if you're 300 pounds, you're beautiful, you a 10. If you just say that for everybody, oh, he's perfect, but that's not reality.
I'm gonna
That's
tell you why
not.
he'll never make it to he'll make it to a successful podcast like Joe Rogan and all of them folk, but not mainstream TV. He wouldn't be able to be endorsed. There would be too much outrage around him, and we're living in a deeply like racial sensitive era. It wouldn't make it past one season. And if they did bring him on, they would have to dial it back so much that it would really just ultimately take away from the shock value that he's benefiting from that allows him to go viral. They would have to remove a lot of that. I don't see him being able to be commercialized in that way. I do see him having a very long run in social media. If Tommy Sotomayor can still stand today, I'm sure that Kevin Samuels is going to have.
But Tommy Sotomayor, he's not really getting that clout like he used to. He have really went down. He don't have you. Let's be clear. He used to be very popular, but when he go live, he don't have that clout. And let's become. I'm gonna break this down in one of my videos. Kwame really broke it down and really dragged Tommy. He was like, "You mad because these new YouTubers are getting better views than you getting views?" And you
that's a whole nother show, Wiley. That's a whole nother show, Wiley.
That we gonna get into.
That's a whole nother show,
we shout out
Kwame. But I think like this.
I live chat a few days ago. So
shout out to that. I saw that. Shout out to that.
Yeah.
Yes,
shout out to Tommy too. You know, Tommy, he the one. Let's keep it 100. Tommy the one started all that talking, telling the women the real. Kevin stole a whole lot of his talking points, and he took it and put a suit on it, and he took it about mainstream.
Right. And he didn't come in calling black women bees and all that. You know, Tommy would say all that type of stuff.
I've heard him call a woman the B word before.
He would definitely.
But she was out of line. You know, she was out of line.
Definitely. So in this last topic, I want to get into Diddy. I don't know if it's just true or not, but allegedly they are saying it's this young entrepreneur that is claiming that Diddy stole an app idea. I think it's the Circulate app that Diddy that this young entrepreneur had in development, and Diddy came out and said he got this app coming out, and this young entrepreneur is saying, hey, he stole this idea. Do you think that Diddy is a thief? Do you think that he stole it? Do you think that he did that?
I think a whole lot of bigger people have taken ideas from smaller people. If you guys probably remember, it's allegedly said that Mark Zuckerberg, he took the idea of Facebook from one of his college, I think classmates or roommates or something like that. But a lot of people take a lot of ideas. And I don't know if the gentleman that said that Diddy took that from him, did he have a situation copyrighted? I mean, did he?
I don't think that he did. Let me see if I can bring up that particular piece on, because it was on the Neighborhood Talk, because I don't think he had it patented at all. Because I was asking that question. I don't think he had it patented, and that's why when you have an idea, you have to patent that idea, because they will steal it. People will steal it. If you going on social media, you making flyers and you don't got that protected, they will snatch that up. It's people that do it daily. It's producers that get paid, and all they watch is smaller content creators. Like, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna take that,
I'm gonna take that.
You gotta brand. I've seen a lot of commentators, especially particularly gay men, have a lot of saying, like no shade, what's the tea, and it's all on these reality shows, and they monetize off of that, and gay men don't get a dime for that. Let me break some tea down. The Scorpion Show, I don't know if y'all remember them, Kevin and Mikhail. They used to hang out with Tamar, and they used to talk with Tamar, and some of their sayings would be on the Braxton family values. Let's break it down with Funky Neva. He would hang around with some of these people, and they would, and when they go Atlanta Housewives, some of his sayings would be on the reality show. So they will still feel, and that's why I tell some of this, particularly the gays, don't be too quick to let these female celebrities befriend you, because sometimes they'll just befriend you to take your swag and go and run it on television and don't get you nothing. So you got to be very careful of that. And I've seen it happen time after again, So, what do you think that Diddy? Do you think that he stole? Do you think he a thief?
Of course, Diddy stole it. What has Diddy not stolen? He's stolen the goddamn rights to all of his artists' music. He's stolen their ability to move forward and have a separate career from the Bad Boy brand. He's stolen and sucked the souls down to the molecular level. Okay, that's all Diddy does. Diddy is a class A narcissist. Okay, a class A overt narcissist, and all they are energetic thieves. They're literal thieves, and so of course he did. Now the issue is because the guy who got the app stolen, he's a young teenage black boy, right?
Yes, yes.
You know, one of the unfortunate things about being black in America, even still in the 21st century, is that our people are magically and naturally endowed with such a innovative and creative mind. It is nothing for melanated people to come up with a crazy idea and innovations. The issue with our community as black and brown people is that we don't have the intergenerational knowledge necessary to really optimize and capitalize off of our ideas. And so oftentimes the black community is preyed upon. There's a lot of culture vulturing, cultural appropriating of black culture. There's black people constantly being ciphered out of their ideas, brought out of their ideas, having things stolen, even in a microcosm on YouTube. And you hinted to it, Wiley. Shit, there are plenty of bigger YouTubers who literally steal from smaller content creators. They steal stories, they steal evidence, they steal ideas. I mean, it goes on all the freaking time. And so, you know, I think, you know, P. Diddy should be ashamed of himself. But of course, narcissists have no shame. So I'm not surprised he has none. And, you know, all I can tell young black youth is you live in an age of social media. Don't put your ideas out there without patenting anything, without copyrighting anything, because you run the risk of having other people who are smarter than you, who black and brown like you, who don't mind taking what you done created and taking the time to cultivate and going off and running off with your winnings and never looking back. And so I think as a community, we definitely need to have more conversations around financial literacy, around branding, around patenting, around what exactly to do when you come up with an idea, because a lot of that information is just not there. And so a lot of black people, hey, we're coming up with things, putting it out there, hoping that somebody will not only take our idea, but take us with our idea. And oftentimes the person gets left behind and the creation goes to the top.
Right, and I definitely agree with you on that. And another thing with Diddy, he always talk about white people, about oh my God, look what happened and with how they doing us, how they treating us. But you're no different than these powerful white executives. You only difference you just got the dark skin, but you do the same thing to your own people. But if you really want to do right, treat the artists that used to be on your label. Give them they masters back. Okay, if you really about that life, you know what I'm saying. Get some of these artists off their contract and stop letting them be on this contract and put them on the shelf. Let them be free. You know, so Diddy have done a lot of deals that I just typically disagree with. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's a good guy, but some of his business decision has been very nasty. I think he does some good. I think he's a good father. I don't think he's a bad father. I think he's a good role model for his children. He have done some good, but at the core of his business with Bad Boy Records, it have been bad business. And I've talked to
Wiley, did you get saved recently? Like, did you get baptized recently?
Why do you say that?
I'm just curious. Like, did you meet Jesus like recently? Like, is everything okay?
Everything is good.
All right.
I'm just
Okay, go ahead.
I'm really telling you, like he have some good moments, but a lot of his artists like listen how he did me and I'm broke, and a lot of his artists died broke. But a lot of times too, and this is why I tell people with Diddy, you know, you get your lawyer. Y'all so obsessed with these celebrities and y'all forget about bringing y'all attorney. Y'all just going sad and stuff. Don't do that. Get you somebody. Don't be an attorney crying and stuff. Like get you an attorney that ain't gonna cry. Okay, you know, attorney that's gonna be strong because you know all that type of stuff. And I want to say this before we go. All about the tea. We're gonna break that down in another episode, but we broke some things down on Patreon about all about the tea. We talked to the owner, Monica, and she is a black woman. I spoke to her on the telephone. She black, okay, and so and she was on Tasha K show if you don't remember. But I just want to let y'all know that. So we're gonna talk about that. Then tomorrow I'll try to break it down. But I want to first just say thank you to Katie Talk 101. I want to give a special shout out to Conscious TV. This was really lit. We don't always agree. We are totally three. We are just different people, but we came together. And I do believe that you can have a panel and it can be successful if everybody have the same mindset of want to build. right? And it just can be great. But if you want your own platform, get your own platform. Katie Talk 101 is a YouTuber. Con TV is a YouTuber. So they have their own channels. But don't forget about your channel. Don't forget about putting out your content. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to get to 100,000 subscribers or whatever, you got to put the work in. You gotta find out. It's hard. You know that this journey on YouTube, it is hard. You know what I'm saying? Some people make it look easy, but you gotta put that work in. It's a marathon almost. You got to different creative ways to be in analytics and all that type of stuff. You gotta be consistent. You just can't be like, well, child, I'm gonna go live once every 3 months. How you think you're gonna make it on YouTube? You're gonna live once every 3 months. You can't build momentum with that. So we're gonna break some things down. We got some tea. We dragging some people about the tea, that panel. And we release some stuff on Patreon. But I definitely can't wait to see y'all again. Katie Talk. Tell them how they can find you, sweetie, because they love you on Two Man and a Lady. And I love you too.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me again. And thank you, Wiley. You guys can hit me up at Katie Talk 101. So I come with a little bit of news, a little bit of celebrity gossip every now and then, a little bit of YouTube gossip every now and then too. So you guys, if that sounds good to you, you go on over there to Katie Talk and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well.
Facts. Okay. And Conscious TV, child, you have a lot on your channel. So okay. So we go live. It's really, really a lot over there. Okay. So tell us about your channel.
Y'all can find me obviously on my screen name over on Conscious TV on YouTube, and of course Conscious TV on Instagram. And yes, we do a little bit of everything over on the platform. Okay. Spirituality, celebrity gossip. We drag, we roast, we get in bitches' asses, okay? We expose, we sue folk, we do all type of things over there on the Conscious TV. So, yeah, just come over for all.
And I heard allegedly you be praying spells on people. I heard that allegedly.
Yes, and we do dark magic too.
Oh my
God! I've been there. I'm subscribed already.
Topic. Okay, we got to talk about that. Two Man and a Lady. We got to get. I heard about that. I'm like, really? You do that? I want to hear about that. I'll put that on the list for next week. Okay. Oh, because I heard that person said he did prayers. I'm like, child.
Just because I killed somebody's dog with a little spell does not mean that it should be the subject of next week's show. Okay.
OMG. I definitely wanted it. And I heard that you know how to box too. So okay. That's what I heard, that you know how to box and fight. You know, you're not no pug. You know how to. That's what I heard. So we definitely gonna have to get into that. And I just want to thank y'all so very much for y'all watching us. Y'all have a beautiful night. I will be live again tomorrow. I'm tired, you guys. I can't do no more lives today.
This was a great show, you guys.
It was really a great show, and I want to give a special shout out to the moderators over here just showing us love. And shout out to y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night. We'll talk to y'all next week. Peace. All right. Oh, they said they already subscribed. Well, that's good. Make sure y'all go watch them. Okay. Somebody said, Katie, why you brought up Tommy Sotomayor?
I didn't bring up Tommy. No, y'all brought up Tommy. I just commented on it. But I'm a fan. I'm not gonna hide, like, no, I don't know him. I don't know. Like, I mean, it's just like if I heard somebody say something about you, Wiley, and I know I watch you on a daily. I have donated to you before, Wiley. If I hear somebody bring up your name, I'm gonna be like, oh no, Wiley, cool. I watch Wiley. I'm entertained by Wiley. Like, even if I was to be on a panel with 4 people and all 4 of them against you, I'm gonna say, oh, I know Wiley. I fool with Wiley. That's just me. Like, if I fool with a person, I fool with them.
I had to do the same thing on the previous panel. I be like, look, I fuck with the Wiley, honey. I know what to say.
I fool with Wiley. And Wiley, Wiley, don't you know that I heard about you through Tommy Sotomayor?
Yes, because he
did a video on you, and that's when I started watching you. I was like, I like him.
He tried to drag me. But
Yes,
people,
he liked you. And I came over there and I stayed. I've been there ever since.
and people, I would tell you, they would say they do not like Wiley, and I'd be like, "What's the reason?" I'm the
What's
sweet
wrong?
guy. I'm a
You
sweet
are.
guy, and a lot of times it's some commentary. It's what I said on a YouTube. That gotta be it. Oh, he said something I don't like, and blah blah blah, and all of that. But I'm like, hey, I'm a good guy. I'm not perfect. I'm a good guy, ladies
You
and
are.
gentlemen, and stuff like that. If you don't like me, I'm not for everybody though. I'm not for every. I had a T-shirt I used to
Ain't
wear.
none of us
I'm
for
not for
everybody, and
everybody.
we ain't trying to be.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Mhm.
Because if
Yeah.
you for everybody, that means you go along to get along.
Period.
Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night. Let me put my chicken in some air fryer, and so I can eat tonight. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all. Peace. Oh God, this was lit.